Hello everybody, another week, another time to shine, baby. And some exciting things happened over the weekend. We hit bloody affiliate, woohoo! I don't know where my soundboard is, but probably now would be the time to play like... Pa, 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 pa. Let's go. And also, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, because I did a little bit of work outside of the stream. Let me show you what I did. Basically, last Friday, I get... Was it Friday or Thursday? I think it was Thursday, right? Oh well. At the end of last week, we worked on the listing. And primarily the way we load extra data. So, a little bit of spoiler here, that you can see that I was actively debugging this horrendous piece of shit this morning. But we finally got it. And I have to say that I am never... okay, that's not entirely true, because I'm getting to know the library more and more. But SWR for fetching, the documentation is horrendous. They recommended for infinite loading that I used like a parent component that was like SWR config, and then set a fallback with the API URL and then the data. That didn't work at all. Another half an hour down the drain, and I don't have half hours, guys. So what I did is I created a hook out of it. So we now have access to the hook like use infinite, when we can pass like initial data from the Notion API and the URL. So this is great, because now we can, if we set up like the category page, for example, or the category pages, we can just use this hook and we have infinite loading. Granted, we have to do some UI work, but infinite loading is handled now. So how does this hook work? Pretty much the same. As you may remember from last week, if you use SWR, you have to create this like get key function. Basically determines what URL it needs to pass to SWR infinite, which is down here. From there you get the data, like an error message, if that applies, size and a set size. So the size is more on which index are you now, and the set size is a way to increment that size, or even like you can also go backwards, I think. I don't know exactly how that works, but you might as well. But that doesn't apply to this application because we just load infinitely. Then we normalize data, so we go from like an array with like has more and the cursor. I don't want all that stuff in my UI. For the listing, we only need to get back the actual raw data. So we flatten it, then we and since it's like in a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 per page increments, we also extract that and totally flatten it down to one array of data. Then we determine if it's loading more or if it's empty, and finally if it reached the end, because if it reached the end, we don't want to show the load more button. So the way this works is pretty awesome, because now I can reload this page and the first results will get statically generated, and that's great for SEO for starters, and also great for like the user, because they don't have to wait around for the data on the first trip. Now down here you see like error is loading and reached end, so that's like something we are going to work on today to make the UI for that, and also more stuff is going to be turned on in this load more programs button. But if we load more, you can see is loading is true. Hey, why doesn't this work? Ah, there it is. It was just a little slow. Again, is loading more, reached end. I'm not entirely sure what was. Okay, so this round trip wasn't as slow. I don't know, maybe there was a little warm-up time. It's all running locally, so there might... I don't know. So, more. And now we have reached the end, so after this there are no more results, and now the user sees the whole entire database. This database isn't as big enough as I want to on launch. So actually this week I planned in 1 hour each morning for myself to update the database. I have to do the images, and I want to get a lot more affiliate programs in here. Because there are a lot of big guys with affiliate programs at the moment that I don't have listed. I am not going to add any mid-level companies or SaaSes, because of course I want those people to pay for a place on useaffiliates.com, and maybe even sponsorships. One other thing I did was I updated the way I listed to-dos, because we weren't using the to-do list, and that really sucked because we were missing some structure in our days. So I've basically adopted a method of removing all the small to-dos and bundling them into, let's say they are epic, so big to-dos with lots of small to-dos inside of there. So we have developed a listing. We have developed listing as a to-do. So refactor SWR to a hook, implement incremental static regeneration, which we need for keeping this updated, so that once someone gets on the page, they get the latest data. Style load more button, which we're going to do, make the listing responsive, implement listing questions, which are these small tooltips, which I want to include. Not entirely sure if I even need to include them, so isn't it already clear what those columns are? I think so. Create and style filters. Well, that's pretty obvious what we need to do there. And then we have to hook up the filters to the API, because then we have to like reformat the page, and that actually might be a challenge. I don't know. Maybe it's easy, maybe it's a little challenge. We'll see. If we are done with that, we are going to set up the category pages. So we are going to use get static paths of Next.js to take care of that. Sponsored rows, we are going to start sponsor. Maybe we're going to do that first. Let's first work on the sponsored row. Nah, I don't know, because if we do the sponsored row only for the listing page, we might as well first set up the category page so we can test it, and then we can be done with it without like first doing the sponsored things, then setting up the category pages, finding a bug in sponsored, and then having to fix it over 2 pages. That will be no fun. And then finally post a program page, and we might also need to take care of the blog. But let's just see how far we get today. Maybe we'll only get the listing done, maybe we'll get to the category pages as well, or maybe we'll even get to the sponsored rows. But I'm expecting to hit a little bit of a roadblock once we get working with the filters, because we need to do a little bit of like API magic. Let's see. Well, filter by category, I don't know actually if I'm entirely right with what I just said, because filter by category is not really a filter, but more so of a navigation, I guess. Because if you like select, I don't know, which beauty and health like category, this will actually update to like, it will send you over to this page. Like in this case it's e-commerce, so if someone selected the category e-commerce, they will get sent to this page, like e-commerce affiliate programs. But that isn't the same as for payment type, and I am not sure how we are going to implement this, because maybe I want to give people the option to select multiple payment types, but I guess we will just launch with select one payment type, and then the whole list is filtered. And then later on, if we get feedback from users, like I want to select and recurring and like one-time payments, they can as well. And then we have the has cookie thingy. straightforward. I'm going to turn all the cookies, which are currently like, it's currently multi-select, or it's currently a select, and I want to turn that into numbers because cookie periods work with days, so they can say like ascending, descending, because I think that's the way you want to filter cookie periods. I don't think it makes any sense that people are like, oh, rather than like 7-day cookie period, I only want to see like 3-day cookie period. No, you want to have the biggest cookie period so you can increase your chances of making money. Right? Right. So I guess that's everything. Oh, one more thing. I actually created a Discord on request of a lot of people. So you can now use the command !Discord, which I just placed in the chat. So you can join the community where we can like hang out. Like here it is. Like you have the rules, and I made a couple of channels like welcome, intros, campfire, place where we can hang out. But also support for any questions about backend, marketing, front-end, career support. Also the digital garden is something I've used before at my company, and that's where you can place like links, videos, etc. just to keep the other channels clean. And then finally, I don't know if this is even applicable to the community, but you can post a job. I don't know, maybe or you can collaborate with other people if you have a nice project to work on. Currently it's pretty lonely, but I expect some people to join by the end of this week, because I don't know what people will tune in this week. So, let's get coding, shall we? Let's get at it. Okay, let's freaking see. So, we have to get static props. Now, let's open Notion and let's see what the next to do online is. And I think that was styling the button, but let's check. Okay, develop listing. Okay, first let's implement incremental static regeneration, which is incredibly easy to do, but I will talk you through it. Basically, what incremental static regeneration is what Next.js does. It serves the page with like the data, and then it caches it for like the revalidation period, right? Let me turn this into the comment. And the revalidation period basically means if you have like, if someone requests a page with the data attached to it, and you set the revalidation to like 60 seconds, if then someone else requests the page with the data, they will get served the same. It will get served from cache. But if like a request with the data comes in like which is after 60 seconds, Next.js will revalidate all the data, so it basically will statically generate the whole new page, and it will serve that page, serve new page data, and then it's cached for 60 seconds again. All the people who within those 60 seconds request a page will get the actual data, or the cache data. If someone retriggers the recaching, the page will get rebuilt for that one person, and then it will be like best as fuck for everyone else. And since we only fetch like 12 results, I think we only add about like 300 milliseconds to the actual response of the page. It isn't all that crazy. So the way you do this in Next.js is actually like the most easy thing ever. Like beneath the props, you do like revalidate, and then you say like 60, and that's it. So this is in seconds. So I say after every minute that passes, or we can even increase this to like 1 hour. I mean, what happens if we cache it for 1 hour? Nothing really. Well, that might not be entirely true. Let's just keep this at 60 seconds. I think that's like the way to go for now, and then we can always increase it based on the information we have. Because if we are only adding programs like once every day, or I don't know, once every week, we can really increase this number. Hey Mustafa, how are you doing today, buddy? Welcome to the new affiliate Twitch stream. We've leveled up. We've leveled up. So I'm gonna say this is like 60 seconds, which is totally fine for now, and then we can roll with that later. Like, okay, we are going to increase it to an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3, but 60 seconds overall is a pretty good baseline. I'm fine. How are you? Still sick? No, I'm actually feeling way better. The only thing I'm currently experiencing is a little bit of hay fever. Oh well, it's the season for that. Because I'm allergic to trees. And welcome to the Netherlands, where like at least 70% is trees. At least if you have hay fever, that's what you like to think. But overall, I'm doing fine. I went to the gym yesterday, which was pretty freaking hard. My energy went down the drain. But oh well. Doing better, doing better. So let's see. So we implemented incremental static regeneration. So now let's style the load more butterino. And then we're also going to take care of like the is loading state, regen state, and more stuff. So let's see. We have this button. So I already like hide it once we reach the end of the API, right? So let's create another function like load more button, or maybe even create a component for this, because it's going to be the same on the category page. Yeah, I think it can be load more. Load. Cool. We started to take Muay Thai training last week, and I totally can understand how you feel. Muay Thai, holy shit, that's intense. I box, but not professionally, or not even like more in the gym. There's like a heavy bag, and I hit it a couple of times a week. I'm pretty passionate about it, but Muay Thai is with the kicking and like it's intense. I've actually done it one time before in my life, and I don't know. I think I was close to throwing up at the end of the training, but the trainer I had was like really drilling me. Maybe because I was a teenager and I had a little bit big of a mouth. So let's see. Export default function load, which has to be capitalized. Load more button. Which is going to take a loading state, I guess, and a on click or like actually let's see. I think like the reached end, like not rendering the buttons, should be part of the listing. I think that's pretty obvious. So then we have to do like load more, like on load more. So now we can take this, we can extract it from here. Now we can load more button, and we say like loading. I guess that's how we called it, right? Oh, this is not my MacBook. I cannot use that shortcut. Yeah, we have like is, let's say is loading. That's more, I think that's better. Is loading is like equal to is loading more, and then we can say on load more. We are basically going to extract. Let's first return this button here, so we have actually something to render. On load more. Let's do this. And then let's move this here. And I think we can now I think you forget for props and a lot more button. Oh, yeah, you're right. I really should use snippets. Thank you. Load more programs. So let's see. Okay, so now we use this. Boop. Okay, so this is actually the cool thing with SWR, is that now everything's cached, so everything is like fast as fuck, boy. And we reached the end, so now we are not rendering it. Okay, that's cool. Now let's implement the styling for this motherfucker. How do I want to do this? Do I want to extract this to a constant so it's more readable? I think I want to do that actually. I think maybe we are going to get two constants, like button text, which is based on is loading. If it's loading, we do like loading 1, 2, 3. Otherwise, we say load more programs. Whoop. Well, let's refresh this. Now it's loading. Okay, now we can also get rid of this stuff, which was more for figuring out why SWR wasn't working at all. Let's see. So this is in a container. This is below the listing. Which is fine, which is fine, which is fine. Let's give this a padding top of like 4. So it's 15. So yeah, that basically comes down to 4. We have to move this up one time. Or let's do this 16. Or was 6. Let me open the tailwind for one, because I forgot. It's like 1 REM. Is it like padding top 6 or 4? I think 6. Let's see. Let's see. Or was 6 like 1.5? Yeah, exactly. 4 is like 1. Yeah, okay. Never mind, I was right. Okay, and this also has to break out, because the listing also breaks out of the container just a little. So let's create a div for that. So let's say PTO PT4. And let's place this sucker inside of here. And now we can also go into listing and see how we... Come on. How did we do that? Like, that's... Okay, MX minus MX. Okay, so now it's to the side. We can also say that this is flex, and we can justify and to get it all the way to the right. So that's nice. We might as well create this in the layout, now that I'm thinking of it. Oh well, maybe we do that later. So let's create like button styles. Okay, so we know that the background is primary, right? So let's say class name, apparently. Okay. We also know that it's text white. I guess this is also... Okay, so this is Roboto. And it's semi-bold, so font semi-bold. Cool. And then it has like 40 pixels on the... Okay, no, we have to set like a minimum weights of 230. So what's like 230? Why is my start menu on the top left of my screen? Oh well. That's Windows for you. So we have like 230 divided by 16 is like 14. Okay, so we can make it a little bit bigger or smaller. Okay, so that's B. So we have it's 56. So let's see width. Is that the way to do it in Tailwind? Minimum width. Oh, it's actually, you write it as min. A W. And have 56. And then we know that we have a PY. Because we can set PY. Which 4 was 1. Yeah, let's make it this. Hey, why isn't this working? So am I stupid? Or doesn't it? Okay, well, let's then just use like 14 REM. And we have to do rounded. And we can round it small. And what's the font size of this? It's text base. And I guess that's the same, right? Yeah, I actually do want to decrease the... what do you guys think? Like 3 or 3.5? Personally, I'm more favored towards 3.5 because I think that 3 is just a little bit too... I don't know. Small? Oh. Yeah, 3.5 is better. I agree, Mustafa. Okay, so now if we click load more, because of the min width, this should say exactly the same. Okay, it's so fast that if you click on the button... okay, let's disable cache. Okay, loading. Boop. It's actually pretty decently fast for like not having any... Okay, I think I take that back because now it's loading really slowly. Still pending. Yeah, it should have a box shadow, but why did this take like 30 freaking seconds? I guess that's just part of like developing locally with Notion. I mean, I basically use the same here, and I don't think this is slow as well, right? Beep beep. Can be faster. Can also be slower, I guess. You know what? I will have a look at it later. Don't worry about it. Guess what? It also has box shadow. Yep, it has a box shadow of 2.4. Which is this, I guess? Like, which box shadow did we give the navigation? Did we give this any shadow? Nope. Okay, let's give this a shadow as well. I have to program that in myself, so... Okay, let's create one ourselves. We can extend it, right? So let's go to Tailwind. We have colors, we have background, so let's place it above here. Or we have to do this inside of the... Okay, this is inside of the extend. Box shadow. Let's say primary or... Let's say button for now. What will be a better name for this? Because what names do we have? We have like MD, LG, XL, 2XL, inner, none. But these values are way too... I'm just gonna call this... Yeah, I guess button, because it isn't on any other, like, design, right? Oh. Where are you? Let's do 8. I'm just gonna call it button. I think it's fun. We'll see. We can always rename it later. It isn't going to be on a heck of a lot of things. So I think this is like the syntax for it. Maybe we have to get rid of the okay, so we have to get rid of this, and then we can do like... Why is Figma always say you can just do 0 as 0? You don't have to include the pixel. Okay, so now we can go to the button. So let's first update on the nav. Say button. And now it's on the button. It's better. Now I really have the feeling that it's like on top of the header. Okay, so now we can go to the load more button. And we can also say button here. Cool. And here it works as well, right? Yeah, right. And now we have loading. 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 I'm still so annoyed by the way like Windows renders the text, because this looks so freaking ugly compared to like Mac and Figma. Can we do some sort of text rendering? Yeah, I better not do text rendering, because that's like a big performance hit. Okay, border radius. I also have a feeling that I need to fix the border radius of the button. So let's see if we like border radius. See, this also goes from 2 to 4 pixels. So then we have to go. Okay, then we go for rounded instead of. Okay, better. Better. Okay. So I guess we are done with the load more button, right? I guess so. And it gets removed, and then we don't have any issues with the footer, right? Boop boop. Load more. And everything is good. I actually might want to increase the padding between the listing and the footer a bit. And so let's say, okay, this is cool. And oh, we have to make it responsive. Okay, that's gonna be fun. But before we do that, we might as well push everything and code review everything before we have to deal with a very big commit. So let's see, footer. Let's increase this. So we have a PY of 8. So let's say we have a PT of 16. PB of... Okay, we can increase this even more. Okay, that's too much. 24. 1. Yeah, better. 20. And then a bottom of 8. Actually, I'm quite happy with how everything is turning out. I don't know. Feels nice. It works. It's actually decently fast, except for some small anomalies with the loading. But still, I blame that on developing locally and developing on Windows. And this works, right? If I now go to the most awesome fishing shop in the whole the world, then it will open and it will even do the breath. Cool. And so let's do a little code review, Well, package log and package JSON will be pretty obvious because we included SWR. Tailwind config also. We added a box shadow called button. We added the load more button, which has some button. We forgot something with the load more button. We forgot something, and that's to make it inactive. Because we don't want people spamming this button. Because what happens if we do that? We have a lot of requests. Weird isn't bueno. Okay, so how do you disable a button again? Act disable. I think it's just disabled, right? It's just a prop. Yeah. Disabled is loading. And now we can't spam the button anymore. And that's great. Because okay, remove the button spam. And then we can also do some fun things with this. So let's turn this into a template string. Shall we? And let's put the logic towards the end. So let's say that is loading. We are going to include a round opacity. Okay, let's say we are going this way. Why is there two programs requests when you click the button? The first one. Oh, that's actually a good question. Why is there a let's see, let's compare the two. Alright. I thought this was an SWR thing, but what's basically happening is that we have this cool little bug that I'm annoyed that I'm having because SWR is really like a pain in the ass. Okay, wait. Let's just first do the button before we handle this, because it's basically I passed the initial data, and it's currently now refetching the static. I guess it's not that big of a deal because this is cached. All these are cached because these come from static props. No, it's not. No. So basically this is coming from SWR. So this, okay, let me show you like the hook, like use infinite. Like, I guess it's always trying to do the fallback data. It's always fetching the fallback data, or it's rather, is it fetching it? Yeah, it's doing a get request. Oh. Oh well, let me do that later. It's not the end of the world, but I'll probably have to do some more digging into this function. And maybe, just maybe, I will get so annoyed that at the end of tonight I will be like, okay, fuck it. I will just remove everything and implement my own solution for this. Let's see. backdrop back. React query rocks. You know what? Honest confession, I've never used it before. But I think that's because I've used a lot of Next.js in the past and they always recommend like using SWR instead of React query for their projects. And I don't know, I don't think SWR is per se like a bad library. It's just it's documented so poorly. Like all the examples are over the place. If you want to know how something works with, like, for instance, how SWR configs works. It works with use SWR. But then if you want to use it with, like, use SWR infinite, there's no freaking documentation on it. And it doesn't work. But hey, we'll get there. We'll get there. But let's see. Maybe I can... Is it just... Okay, so if we do the load more button, it says the size +1. It goes here, it uses infinite. Then it gets the key. If we return. So we aren't doing anything special here. So why is it... This shouldn't fire. Right? Because we have... Just to be entirely sure before we head down a rabbit hole of like 10 hours and we didn't check this. Like this isn't doing anything, right? Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. This will just... Okay, so this will render once if we hit this button. Okay, let's refresh this again because I wasn't paying attention to it. Okay, so programs. So we hit this. So we hit programs and then it hits the cursor. Programs and then it hits the cursor. So why is that? So we have the fetcher, we have the URL. I think the issue might be... Well, it seems like... Okay, let's remove this one, just to be sure. That's the only single URL we have, so... I can imagine that this is the problem, right? Oh, fuck me sideways, it is. Why? Why you do this? Base index. What are we passing along as the base? So we have the get key. So, okay. Debug train! Woo! This is so typical. Whoa. That doesn't look good. Okay, so this is the rehydration. That's fine. 0, 1. 0, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, 0. Tell me why. This probably has something to do with me being stupid somewhere along the way. I want it that way. Okay, so we have the is loading more. And we have the results, which come from the hook. And it's stuck on this. But if we... Yeah, we don't need this. But if we don't do this, it just doesn't want to work. Interesting. Interesting. Let's reload. Page index is 0. Load more doesn't want to do anything now. Because we don't have any previous data. And we also don't have a start cursor. We still don't have any previous data. And we don't have... has more. So... now, if we don't have any previous data... Hey, Andres. Andres. It was Andres, right? Or Andre or Andres. I have to write this down somewhere. How are you doing today? Like, okay, so if you don't have any return like URL. So now we don't depend on the page index, we just say if it has something. Holy fuckerino, now it wants to do... Doing great on you. Yeah, doing fine. Flu is over. Now I'm only stuck with hay fever, which is a little bit annoying. But oh well. At least I'm having more energy. And I'm so sore from the gym yesterday. Okay, so let's re-evaluate. So it's fetching program to like rehydrate, which is fine. That's something SWR does. But if we click this now, it first does programs, and then it goes to, like, the cursor. Oh, ¿qué pasa? Isn't this because, like, I think I read in a thread that it goes, like, page, and then... and now it I might want to get rid of the fallback data, but I don't know if that's going to, like, screw me over. Okay, now we have programs. Now we still have programs and it's fetching that. Cool. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. So we are going to like do page index this. We are going inside of Notion and we are going to say instead of being stuck on this for yet another 15 hours. I'm not sure, but I don't think the get key is to work. Get key only creates a key for future, so it can look back and check if there's cache data or not. Yeah, but I'm also not sure if it's like even a bug, because I know like SWR tries to rehydrate the page, which it does from time to time. So it might not even be a bug, because I read somewhere that like if you fetch something else, it will go back one page. And we have to check this. Is SWR double fetching a bug or a feature? Is maybe SWR double fetching? Yeah, this pretty much seems... Repeated API calls for initial page index. Sounds like the problem we're having, right? Here, it's... This new app for SQL feels true. You can use this control first page to prevent when changing the size or doing mutations. Okay, so let's... I guess this is false, right? It's like a boolean. Okay. We reverted everything. We can do this. Now we can do this. Programs. Oh my god. You see why I don't like this library? My god. It's like, oh, I'm having this problem. You try to do a lot of things. You see, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Now I removed the page index 0, which actually did something, and that threw me off balance. I was like, okay, did I make the problem? I didn't. It's undocumented behavior. Oh well, we fixed it. So basically, is it a bug or is it a feature? It was a feature. Do I want to revalidate the first page every time? No, I guess not, because we revalidated after 60 seconds and it's not mission critical to always show every new user the latest data. Some people might disagree, but I think caching and like cost saving over always showing the latest data. There's already a lot of data in the database and you can always refresh the page and come back later. Okay, so now this works as intended, right? Not that we shoot ourselves in the foot by the same... No, okay, so now it works as expected. And this is why I like coding on Twitch, because Mustafa was like, yo, there are double requests. And then I went down the rabbit hole of like, why? But hey, we fix it. And we make the application better. Okay, so let's move on now. Shall we? Okay, so make the list responsive. Responsive. Not beautiful, but I guess responsive. Yeah. Let's do mobile first. Yeah, same. It's nice to have, and I definitely see it be used in some cases, but oh, actually this is a problem. But we'll fix that. But it wasn't documented anywhere. You would expect like it being at least mentioned when you do use SWR or use Infinite. You're basically all on your own. Yeah, okay. Another case, maybe I should have read like the APIs back and like with all the default settings, but who the I don't want to do that anytime. I want to have good defaults, not bad defaults. Or like not confusing defaults. Or at least like if you do this sort of things by default, maybe in development add like a console log like, hey, you're using this feature. Are you sure you want to do multiple fetches? Or whatever. Oh well. Oh well. At least we fixed it. Okay, how are we going to handle this? I think we are going to stack these things on top of each other, but then we can do like program, payment type as cookie, and link. Oof, big oof. Oh well, is it a big oof or is it just like a matter of removing the headers here? Can you check if it's fast now? Well, we can at least have a look, but I think it's not going to be all that. Oh, maybe. I would say this is pretty fast. So let's refresh. Yeah, it's definitely faster now. Oh, wait. And at the... Yeah, see, sometimes these type of things happen. This is an issue. Well, I'm not going to pretend that I understand what happens on the performance tab. Do something. I think it has something to do with... Like, I have this problem in my Windows terminal where sometimes it... Like, I think the whole Ubuntu instance just freezes. Yeah, it can also be like the Notion API, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the Ubuntu instance of my computer. It's not airtight. And then again, if I go further into this detail. It has something to do with how I use MVM to manage all my node instances on WSL, like the Windows subsystem for Linux, and that it works, and it works well once it works, but sometimes it just bricks it for a couple of seconds. But then again, we can debug that. Now the button doesn't seem to be semi-bold anymore. Is that just me, or? What about though? Font weight 600. Okay, so that... Okay, it is semi-bold. I just got thrown off by... Oh, and now... Wait. Does that happen after... Okay, let's just see that as a happy little accident, just like Popros. Okay, so we disabled the button, we applied styling, this is all fine. Then we have the footer where we increase the padding, also fine. Okay, we added the shadow to the navigation button, which is fine. We added the fetcher, which is fine. We added the notion lib where we start cursor or undefined. And we also made a small typo in filters, which had to be filter. Otherwise, I got back even the unpublished items. Then we added, like, we did add an SWR config to always include the same fetcher, because otherwise we have to include it every single time, which isn't fun. We could have also included it in like use infinite, but I'd rather set it globally because I might just use SWR for like the block on its own. Okay, then we have... Hey, didn't I just stage that? What did I just stage? Oh, I staged this one. That's not the one I wanted to stage. This I wanted to stage. Okay, so then we have the index. Let's just increase this for a second. Remove the terminal. So I added the revalidation. We haven't done any error handling, but let's just keep it in there so we can get to that later. Listing. Yep. Yeah. Okay, we changed it from get server side props to get static props because we want to statically generate this page later on. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward as well. Get cursor, and if it's not cursor, it's undefined, so it won't bug out on me. Now we have this fun hook. I think this one is fine as well. We disabled this. Yep. Okay, implement. Loading. Yeah, it's fine. It's my own repository. Don't have to think twice about the commit message. Git push. Cool. Now we can get started on the responsiveness of the actual thing, which is gonna be fun and a whole hell of a challenge. So let's start in mobile mode. So how do I want to do this? I think let's first see what we get. Like, forget about the program, payment type, has cookie and link. I don't care about that. So let's go to list item. Okay, before we're moving on to like the responsiveness of this, I really have to pee and have to grab a glass of water, and I have to blow my nose. So I will be back in like, I think 1 minute is like much. Okay, body break is over. Now, let's get... I clean my inbreds. Let's put these things inside of my ears. Let's get started. Okay, let's first move the listing down. List index. It's probably list like MB. Otherwise, like min MT 16 or something along those lines. Not even that, maybe. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely awesome. That the navigation does it. So if this section, but this doesn't have any set index, right? That's probably because this is over. Okay, so there is a set index. Otherwise, why would this work? Where are ya? On the other hand, why bother? Let's just increase it. Wait, was it the header or was actually, I think it's in the layout, right? Yeah, it's in the layout file. Let's see. Ah, here it is. So, guess we remove from here. Oop. Actually, the button feels a little bit big. Do do do, dee 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 doo. Whoop. Cool. So this is all good. Now let's move on to the listing. Okay, I think we can. Okay, let's just remove all these from, like, let's hide these hidden, or we can even remove them from the DOM if we want to, because inside of here we have this like use media query. then again, why just let's just use CSS. Let's say hidden and then MD is block. So once we move it up, here we can. I guess if we have this on medium screens, it's fine. Maybe we have to increase the grid a little bit, like make the description maybe a tiny bit smaller. And we also have to fix this. Wait, you. Ah, yes, now we get this problem. Okay, let's go to default layout. Let's say set index null, so we can say z0. It's fine. No, move down. Now it's below it, and we can do this. Cool. Get here. Now it's all over it. Up. Cool. Okay, now we only have to program, which is fine, because what we can do then is like go to list item. This is an article, which is totally fine, I guess. Okay, so we use the grid for this. So let's see, MD is like grid. What happens now? Okay, we get this, which is fine, I guess. I mean, it can definitely be better, but it's fine. Flex column. I don't even think I need flex column. The only thing I need is like, this is 70. This is like justify sender. Like, why is so many terminal? So the only thing we have right now is the problem that this image doesn't want to be 75. Where is the justify sender? Like is that something to do with this? No, it has something to do with the image. Why? Because we said like width 70, height 70. That's odd. What happens if I remove this? Now it works. And that's probably because it's flex. So let's move that to like medium screens. Cool. This program, Be Nice Photos. I think we can work with a little bit of a margin bottom here. It's much. 2 is fine. And then on MD, we move the MB. Now let's move through. Title and description, I think, are fine. But then we have, let's get this. Let's say, where's the description? It's here, so we can say, okay, so we can maybe it's MB4. And we can move this here, and let's say below cookie period. Let's do it this way. And then this gets an M2. Oh, it's already there. I'm sorry. So it probably has to be like the payment type. MB2 and the MB0. It doesn't look all that bad, right? Although you had to get a lot of space. I don't like this. See? Oof. Oof. Big oof. Oof. Perma oof. Monster oof. Okay, that probably has something to do with... And... why doesn't this work? Because we did it with apply. That's confusing. We can roll with it. Yeah, let's change these to LG, because then on MD can maybe do like call. It's like call spawn. Let's say 5, and then these can be still 2. So we have 1 extra column to spare, and let's do that for the link. Okay, so this is 5. This is interesting. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I am doing the wrong thing. Okay. Okay, Okay. The one I need to edit is this one. Oh, you stupid. Oh well. Okay, so this is... let's change this to 4 and then the final one to 3 and... I don't like that. What can I do here? So we have this. White space. No wrap. I think that's fine. We have a little bit of room to work with. Let's do that. Let's do that. So let's close this one because we don't need to work on that one at the moment. We want to have like the go-to program is like white space, no wrap. Then we on large devices we go to white space normal. Not that we need it, but hey, it's fine. Cool, Twan. Cool, very cool. What if you just place it like inside with the class name instead of the rel? Okay, let's open it in a sim, shall we? To see how this might look on devices, because a browser window is not the same as... Okay, so we have this. Photos. What do you think? Do we have to like include labels in front of this? That might actually be quite good for like screen readers as well. Because even though it's hidden, I think it still gets... Nah, that's not entirely true. Let's see how that might look. So let's see cookie. Let's add another spawn. Spawn inside of a spawn. Cookie period development. And then we can make this, give this a class name of like font semi bold. Like an MR of 2, maybe. And we can do the same for payment type. Like okay, I think the font size of the go-to program can be a little bit bigger on mobile. Just to put some emphasis on it. Okay, so like it's text SM, but we can overwrite it here, like say text base. Wah, I don't think that makes any sense because that throws off the whole balance of the thing. Okay, we have to fix the button as well because that's now way too big. Actually, I'm not even mad. I think this is... Why is the header so big? That's something we can fix. let's say height is like 48. Cool. This can move. This can go up a little bit. I won't mind that. Let's go to the listing. Let's say it's 6. 8. Yeah, 12. Yeah, that's much then. Maybe 8. Maybe 8. There, oh my, bugging me. Just a second. Yeah, come here. Sneak. Oh my god, I can grab it with my fat finger. Ugh. Come on. Come on. I can do this. I believe. It's great. Okay, so let's see. We have this. Actually, guys, what do you think? People in the chat. Do we include the payment type in the cookie period? Or do we remove it? Like, do we do this? Like, now we don't have it? Or do we do this? Like, we include it. I think this might be more, especially for the payment type, right? Because if you just view this on mobile for the first time and you're like, okay, there, it says monthly, but what monthly payment type? But for the cookie period, I also think it's possible because now it says no cookie, but down here you have like 10 days, right? If I don't include cookie period, people might say, well, for what? Right? So, I think I just answered my own question. We have to include this, otherwise people won't know what these values are for. If someone has like a better argument in chat, include it is better. Yeah, I think so as well. I think so as well. Okay, then I think I'm pretty like okay with how it looks on mobile. Okay, but we have to remove it there. Hidden or like block and then empty hidden. Ooh. Okay, so now we have to do the load more button. Hey, we have an overflow somewhere, but that's the load more button. Okay, so let's go to the page. Pages. This is only MD. So there goes the page overflow. And I think we also say that this is... or maybe... we can say this and then... Do we have like justify... Stretch... Justify self-stretch... items... No, because we set a min width, right? better, because now we can do this, and then we can say he is with is unset. Or not. I thought you could unset a width. We can still do that, like say here. Okay, cool. Cool. I think this actually looks pretty decent for a mobile version of the site. I mean, sure, we can improve it later, but... Whoa. Okay, what happened there? We have this and we have this. And that's no bueno. What happened, guys? Probably like the grid default, which... Oh, god darn it. I knew this was gonna be a problem. And I still did it anyway, which makes me a bit of a fool. So let's look for that apply, shall we? And then we're going to remove that. Why can't I use like... This is beautiful. I should keep it this way and be like, it's not a product, it is art. Look at the perfectly balanced rows. Okay, let's stop fucking around. Let's say... Huh. Why didn't this work before, but it works now? Probably because if I now scale up, we get this. Yes. Utility class tailwind responsive. Oh yeah, then we can do it. Adding custom styles. We can do it that way. Maybe I have to extend like tailwind instead of doing an apply class. Let's have a look. Only have to do this. Yep. That was what was missing. Okay, but I did notice a slight overflow once we get to this. And that probably has to do something with the white space. Come on, grow. Yeah. Okay, so let's say that the listing, where's the listing? The listing is here. This is the LG value, and then we can do on like MD, we can say minus MX, like 4 maybe. That's still too much. Then let's just do... Oh, and now it's all fucked up. And that's not because of the... Actually, it's not because of this. It's because of the load more button. Which is here. Cool, 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 cool. No more horizontal scrolls, buddies. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Why padding starts with P, but march with a minus M? Because this is a negative margin. Because my grid, my container stops right here, but I wanted the table to overflow just a little bit, design-wise. Otherwise, everything is too perfectly on container, and I don't know, I don't find that all too beautiful. I can show you, like, where is it? It's here. So, otherwise we get this. I mean, I have the horizontal space to break out of the container just a little bit, and if I paddle it with some padding, you can actually get this perfectly on container, while the background is a little bit off the container. It's actually a trick that I used quite often for my previous job. Because the designer there was like, do everything outside of the container. Like, these sections are perfectly, but then we have like 6 sections where you have to be completely off grid and off container. Yeah. If it starts with a minus, it's because it's minus. Or if it starts with a dash, it's because it's a minus. Okay, so now we have to load more. And I guess you can say it's responsive. You can say that. So now let's move on. Okay, make listing responsive. Boop. Actually, before I do this, let's just have a quick look at how like different fonts look. And I'm keeping the program here because the filters are going to be on top of this. But we'll add those later. I don't know. I think this looks pretty good. Good, 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 good. Maybe we can increase the header size a little bit more. On mobile. Text-based. Text like LG. And I like MD text-based. Yeah, I think that's right. And then like MB0. Well, I do want a little bit of like margin. Yeah, I think this is great. And then maybe a little bit more padding below the image on mobile. Like MB stuff. Or maybe it's a matter of not having a yeah, see, sometimes that throws you off, but you just Oh, I think this can stay. We have to increase this one or decrease this one. One and a half. It's 1.5. That's great. Okay, cool. Upmark programs works like a charm. And the button also gets removed once we hit the final page, right? Yep, it gets removed, so we are good to go. iPad looks great. iPad mini looks fine. Might be a little bit tighter here, but hey. It looks fine. It is fine. Yeah, okay, if you have a Galaxy Fold, you can kiss my ass. I'm not going to support like a 280 pixel widescreen. I always keep like the iPhone SE as like my tiniest device. Sometimes I use like where is it? Yeah, like the S8. And here it still looks fine. And now that I'm at it, I'm also need to include the listing. It doesn't need to be SM, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Cool, 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 cool. Yep! Fuck it, ship it. Okay, so we added this to the components layer, which is great. Let's F11 this. Index, we added empty justify end. It can still be flex. And the negative margin is only... Okay, text base, text XL. Okay, fine. Load more button. Cool, but unset on IM devices. That's fine as well. Default layout, we had some issues with the Z index. 8. We have set that, and then F. Yep. Fine. Fine. Okay, empty grid and flex. I think we don't even need one. Let's check this out. Oh well, okay, 0. Yeah, and then we have this block or hidden. Semi bold. Yep. White space, no wrap. Yep, it's also great. Responsive styles. Ooh. We are making quite some miles and now, which is nice. Miles, quite some progress. Because now we are going to move on. Okay, this is something I'm not going to do because I think payment type and hasCookie is perfectly obvious what it is. Like payment type monthly and hasCookie no cookie. Hey, Star Ansible, raided with a party of 44. Hey. Nice. Welcome, people. Thanks for the follow. What's up, Buttercup? We're chilling. Be nice, you awful trolls. I can take a couple of hits. Yeah, we're just implementing all the styling for use affiliates. We handled all the data loading. So we implemented this, the infinite loading. We also worked on the responsive styles. So we now have a mobile version of the site, which is great. It's sunny out, I'm sick. Did you finally catch COVID? Or... I heard on your stream that your girlfriend had COVID. Are you like infected now? Let's see. Let's move on to the filters. Okay, let's have a little look-see. Great. So you have this. So basically what we need to do is add an extra row on top of this. Right. Oh. Differino. Just copy and paste this, because that's what developers do for a living. Look at the tailwind. Look at it. Isn't it magnificent? I know you get all the questions, why aren't you using Tailwind? And I think after this project I know why you aren't using Tailwind. So let's add a... Should we add a form? Tailwind is life, Tailwind is love. Yeah, I don't know. I love it, and on the other side of the spectrum is just so much bloat. I miss the good old BAM times. Okay, let's add the select. How are we going to do this actually? Because I want to have a list and I need to like navigate everyone. Like I need to navigate the people to the right category. So maybe we can use a router event or something. On the other hand, if you want to be semantically correct, you want this to be links. Good job, you fucked yourself with the designed one. Yeah, true, but at least no more 2,000 lines long CSS file you need to search through for something. Yeah, that's right. And the bundle sizes are relatively small and you avoid a lot of duplication. Especially if you use something like React, where you can just make a component, yeet all your Tailwind inside of there, and I don't know, it's some sort of weird combination of still using some sort of system. But I don't like it in like, if I have like a page file where nah, this is not the best example, but I think it's like in listing. Come on, open. I guess it's not that bad. Still, for this type of string, it would be more fun if it was just like listing. Instead of eat this. Okay, how does this look? Let's see where this gets us and take it from there. So we'll probably have to fetch the categories in order to fill this out. Oh well, let's just hardcode it for now. Option value, we have e-commerce. let's say we have, I don't know, software. And we have, oh, and we have something else which is called, do I have it inside of here? I probably have to check my database Reno. More stuff over here. Gaming for all the gamers. Yeah, I definitely have to get the list from Notion. But I just want to, I think I'm going to do some styling now. And then, because the way, okay, so the way I'm thinking right now, and please shoot this option down. And if you have any better solutions, just drop them in chat. So what I'm thinking now is that I make for these like things, I make 3 selects, right? So filter by category, the select list is going to pull from the Notion database all the options, and we're going to fill it with that. And once you select something, we probably have to do use effect, use date, and all that kind of fun stuff. But once you hit that, we create a use effect, and that looks like, okay, did the value change? And if the value changed, we are going to use the Next.js router to link to the category page. But if you select the payment type, or you do something with has cookie, then instead of like routing, it should only do another API request. If that makes sense. But again, I'm open to better solutions. But I rather use like the default drop-downs of like the browsers, especially on mobile. So I'm going to start a select, but once you click on it, it's just going to be this. So that's why I don't want to use like a nav element or like an unordered list. So let's see. Oh. Okay, so now we have this, and these are... Who's sending me a message? It's my ex-girlfriend. Nice. And I'm not even kidding, boys. Let's enable the... So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's create a couple of diffs. And I know it has to be 3 diffs. So spawn, which is call spawn 3 times 3. We can do this. Then we can do this. Then we can do this. Let's just copy and paste the same thing over and over and over and over. So now we have this, which is nice. So this is spaced as correctly. Okay, can you style a select? I haven't been using selects in such a long time. Let's give them a background of primary right now to see what we are working with. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. Button, I know that's the same. I think routing people by selecting option isn't good user experience. I would prefer something like tag clouds or small batches. Yeah, but then again, what's the difference with choosing it from a select box? Because the only thing that happens is that the header changes and that the list changes. Because if I do this, it is a filter. So if I now choose software, the list would change and this would change. Because if you... Because the thing I want to prevent for this version is like people being able to select multiple tags at once. Just for complexity's sake. Coin market cap. You mean this? Those are tabs. What am I looking at? Do you mean this? Yes, this. But then we have... Okay, but that fucks with the horizontal spacing. Especially because I have... How many freaking... Oh my god, Windows! My Windows is broken. Especially because we have these amount of categories. Yeah. But... Is that better UX if you are working with like... I don't know, these are like 20 categories, maybe even more. I think it's just like an overload for overload of information for everyone go to the page. Because... Yeah, you only choose one option. I don't know. Do we have to create a poll for this? Yeah, that also as well, because this doesn't really work. I mean, we can have a look how this works on mobile, I guess. Yeah, this works with all... Okay, I can't... Come on, I can't even horizontal scroll. See, this doesn't even work all that great. I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it, but I don't think it works in this particular case. Hey, Jack La, thanks for the sub. My first subscription on Twitch. Woohoo! Founder, first. Hey, welcome, dude. Hope you're doing well. Marvel Scorpion, thanks for the follow. Glad to be your first. That's what she said. No, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, going back to the topic, this works great if you're working with this amount of, like, categories, I guess. But for now, I'll just use a drop. We can always circle back to it later. Yeah, to be honest. No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, say anything that comes to your mind. I mean, not anything, guys, if you are, like, sick fucks, but... But essentially, if it's about the product, just be honest with me. Give your feedback. Again, we're building this in public. We are doing this together. So if you have suggestions, suggest them. We talk about it with everyone, just like we did now with the categories. And we decided we are going to use... Hana, thanks for the follow. Or Hanak, or however I pronounce it. Please place it in the chat, so I can remember it better. Just like I did with a lot of other people. Just like Mustafa. So let's use a select for now. If I remembered how to code a select. Because what I said, it has been a while. I took a sabbatical for like, I don't know how long, 4 months. 4 months away from coding. And I think that's like 6 months in total. That I hadn't done any like real complex web development. Except for creating a couple of landing pages for some people. Okay, so let's add a py or py of, I guess it's 2. Hey, thanks Mustafa for the sub. Oh my god. Now I'm getting shy, guys. Now I'm getting really shy. So some weird mix of happiness and shyness. But know that I appreciate it. Let's say py and let's say px of 4 maybe. Ah, that's too much. Why is this? I remember this. There's like a way to override this little drop down thingy. Maybe Tailwind has like something. Okay, no, this user select. I think I'm now getting confused with like Tailwind UI. WebKit appearance, non-Mosquito appearance on. Ah, yes, that's it. And then you have to overlay your own. Oh shit! And a gift sub to Pablo. A hype train is close. I have no freaking experience with this, guys, so please bear with me and walk me through this. Headley UI has a drop-down select component, I think. Yeah, but I'm not using like Tailwind. Oh, Andre. Thanks for the follow. Let's have a little look-see. Like, how do appearance? Okay, we can do like appearance none. That's fine. And okay, so it all comes back to me slowly, because then you can place it inside of a spawn. Right, but then we have to do it like, we have to take this and we have to put it on the spawn. Actually, using headless UI wouldn't have been such a bad idea. Okay, I'm not going to implement it right now. That would take like forever. We full. Okay, so then we can do like NB4. Or let's place it on a grid rather. Yeah, but it is exactly what I want. But then again, I don't want this. I just want to use the regular. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, see, then you get into this. Nah, I'm just gonna use a I'm just gonna roll with the select for now, because I think the only, or you might use a different set of spawn. You're gonna make it position relative. Hey, you know what? That's actually a good idea, because what I'm going to do now is something that I've done before, and that is, I think we have a shift from down, like, where is it? Icons, or do we only have to shift from to the right? Okay, let's just import this one. Excuse me. I thought it was going to be get imported automatically from I think it's lib and icons, right? Yeah. Isn't it? Am I stupid? I'm probably retarded. Expected a string for building components. ¿Qué pasa? Okay. They have a React version of the code. Yeah, I know, but then I have to like... Okay, let's see. What's the React code? Yeah, I know, but then I have to import like this entire thing. And I don't think it's all that bad. I definitely don't think it's bad. I just think it's like too much for what I'm building right now. I want to maintain a like a basic level of flexibility. And once I commit to like using Tailwind UI, I should have done that from the start. Otherwise, I'm gonna have some parts which use Tailwind UI, some parts that don't use Tailwind UI. And all I really need is like a basic select box. And it's just me that forgot how to do this basic stuff, because I got some subscribers and like a couple of viewers at the moment. I'm not nervous. You are nervous. So let's just select style select CSS. Let's just go to good old, I don't know, this. Like, okay, so they have like custom select. Yeah, okay, but then you're doing it with like CSS, which I guess isn't terrible. But then I have to like import. I much rather over... Okay, but... Oh, yeah, right. So we can use a div. So in this div, this is like the select. The select has the like the chevron right icon, which we can take from here. Then we can import chef. icon right, which we just did from like. Okay, let's just do it this way, because ah. Your way was correct, by the way. You're going to get the different side. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to overlay the icon with position absolute. And it needs to be this. See? Now it works. Let's just keep it. Fuck it! Fuck it! Ship it! Ship it! I'm dying. Please send help. Let's say it has a high in H5. Height of 5, width of 5. That's better. Somebody come get her, because this looks freaking better. Then let's flex this, then justify between. Okay, I'm getting on a roll right now. Let's do this. Items, center. And let's do like fill is do nee, zinc. We use zinc. That's 600. I have, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do oh yeah, we can also rotate it. Nah, let me just quickly go in here like hero icons and do chevron down. That saves us a calculation. It's just an extra thing. Chevron down icon is equal to class names equal to this, and then return like this. Export const would be nice. Come on. Andre, I'm getting to your question in just a moment. I'm currently dying over here, so I'm going to grab a glass of water. Be right back in like 10 seconds, guys. Oh, bye Mustafa. See you later, man. Thanks for the sub. Why not import the hero icon package for React? Because I am stupid and I forgot about that, but I'm probably going to refactor that later. Grab the one. I grab this one. Where can I actually find it? Because I've done this before. So if the Slack menu. Yeah, sure. How did I do this in other... You know what? Let's just stow it, roll with it for a second, and then I'm going to research this a little bit more off stream. Just not to bore everyone out of their minds. And there's probably just some knowledge that I have to refresh and go like, look at that other project where I did that. That's how it works. So this is not going to be final code, but we're going to roll with it. Let's say this is already pretty close to what I want. And I don't want this as well. But hey, we're gonna roll with it anyway. Four. Is there actually anything other than we can do other than like dabble around with things? Because I find this boring. Nope. Well, actually, we can do something. Okay, let's just fill all the options before we are going to make this interactive. Let's do that, shall we? Let's go to like Notion. And then, besides get programs, we also have to create a fetch for the cons get categories. And we can this, and then we don't have to expose this. And I guess we don't even have to expose that. Let's see. How do we just get the contents of one column? Page size, we want everything, which is fine because it's all like 20 categories. We don't need a start cursor. Now we are getting back all the database row. I just want to... You know what? We can just have a look at like upper blend because I've done this before. Let's go to upper blend. Ooh, get tag. No, fine. It's this. A little bit data properties category, and how do we call it in Notion? Let's go to DDB, use affiliates, category. Let's go to hearing page, categories. And defined. Okay, we can work with this. So we get a response, properties, category. Cool. Am I? Okay, so we have response. That's right. Cool. And we have so response for category. Ah, it's a multi-select. Fuck me. I should have known. Okay, and now we have the data. Okay, so this has... So now we pass along the categories to the listing, I guess. Where are you? Listing. Okay, and now we have all this. Okay, so maybe we should include this inside of a component. Actually, that's not a maybe, that's a definitely. Values, and then it also needs an on-click, but I don't really mind about that right now. So let's do a select, and then values is equal to so now we have value here. And then we can create a const select option render select option. Select options is values dot map, and then do like over option. This. Oh, why are you this way? Come on. Values.map is not an. That's because this needs to be a prop. Values.map is not a function, and that's probably because I forgot to do what? Listing, categories, listing, categories, select value, categories. Is this? Huh. Ah. That's because I'm retarded. I know, right? Oh, what are all my screens doing? Are we fine? Are we fine? Are we fine? Are we still live? Yeah, we're still live. V is not found. And why is that? Because we used O. Great. And O over there. Objects are not valid as every result. I know, because it's O dot not what. Let's go here. I'm getting sloppy, and that's because I am a little tired. Instead of value on option. Thank you. And now all we have to do is like get to the... Okay, let's do... I think it's name. I'm not entirely sure. I might have to check the... Ha! That worked. Okay, so now we have these. Now the only thing is, if you click this, it doesn't work. And that sucks. Okay, but at least we have the categories in there. Yeah, but not on this one. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, let's move this like 1/2. Or like 2, just like text. What do you mean put it on the div? I'm confused. Am I not familiar with like click focus? Huh. Like, do I need to create a ref for this? Like, then I have to use like create ref, yada 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 yada. Okay, I guess that's not all too bad. But then I probably have to use like react use ref. It's awesome how fast, like, it's not awesome at all, but it's strange how fast you forget things once you are out of the field for a bit. Because I used to do all these things on autopilot and I'm like, oh, how did you do this again? Oh well, learning together, growing together. That's part of building in public. Yeah, it's pretty much like input L is use ref. No, like I think select L. Yeah, I'm working on. I work for my own company. I'm my own boss, but currently we are building like use affiliates in public, just to show like what it takes to build a company from 0 to 1, or like a business. It's not really a company; it's more of a business, or like a little startup, a little SaaS, so to say. Okay, so ref is select L. And here we can add an on click. Are you currently profitable on the indie hacker's journey? Not with making my own products, but I can definitely say that I'm profitable when I'm freelancing. So yeah, I'm profitable. But it's just like I'm currently investing a lot of time in like this stream, this project, like creating a lot of content. So I put freelancing off to the side for a bit. So over the year, yeah, I'm profitable, but not in the last 2 months, I would say. It's just about building and providing value. Yeah, starting to build in public, make sure you have a buffer. But you can also do the split like I'm doing at the moment. Like, let's go to just chatting for a second, because I'm getting kind of tired of coding. I will get back in a second and finish this. But starting to build in public, make sure you have a buffer, or at least like do a split of like 3 days. 3 days freelancing and 2 days building in public. Or maybe you want to work on the weekends. I personally don't want to work on the weekends. You can do a lot. But I think for me, it has been a great journey building in public, because I started this stream like back in November. And then it didn't get any infections. I got burned down with it. And then I stopped until like February. And then I started just streaming my work, like making landing pages, working on my blogs. That didn't got any real traction. I mean, I got a couple of like regular viewers out of it, but it really started to like grow once I decided, okay, I'm going to create a lot of content around this one thing, and that is I'm building use affiliates in public. I'm like picking a random project which has been on the shelf for a couple of years, and just I don't know, I'm going to redesign it, think of features, do everything. So from start to finish, everything is going to be built in public. And then it started to take off. Like, people started reading my blogs. Definitely not day 1, but around day 3, and we're currently on day 9, it started to pick up traction. Like, I got people who were going to watch my stream from Dev2, from Medium, from indie hackers. People who are gladly following along via the text updates, people who are watching my YouTube videos, which are just like these streams uploaded to my YouTube archive. But it does take a lot of time. I think these 3 days that I'm building in public, I have like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 hours in total for all the work. Otherwise, I'm just like writing the build logs, uploading the YouTube video, making the thumbnails, streaming. So yeah, if you have any questions about building in public, yeah, let me know. Okay, so now it's focused, but it doesn't open. Okay, that sucks. But oh well. You know what? We'll figure it out. Let's just create a couple. Let's just create these filters. Let's just do the styling of it, and I will go over it tomorrow morning once I have a bit more of a fresh mind to tackle this issue, so to say. It's not all that crazy. It's just that I'm not seeing like the solution at the moment. Let's give this a label. And this probably also needs a on select, but let's do that later. Need to leave. Have a good stream. Thanks, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so now that we have this, we can create the other ones. And we can say payment type. And has cookie. Oh, this looks quite nice. So we probably also have to include a placeholder. Or maybe we can just remove the placeholders altogether. I mean, I'm not really digging it, because it's also part of the list which you can select. And it's probably a way better way of doing this, and I will figure that out. Or if someone can place it in the chat, that would also be awesome. Okay. Maybe we can placeholder. I don't think there's a placeholder, right? So you have to disable selected hidden. Ah, that's it. I missed the hidden. It's disabled, selected, and it should be hidden. And then can we also give this a class name? I'm not sure. Like text gray 300. No, that probably needs to be set via CSS. Like, how do you do that with Tailwind? Like, style CSS, like... You know what? Let's just have a look. I'm quite interested, because I haven't had the need to do this before with Tailwind. Style... That's not what I mean. Okay, so this is it. So select and use the invalid pseudo class. So you like focus outline none. Invalid. So you have to include it. Or you have to edit yourself, but maybe they added it in a later version of Tailwind. Let's just have a little look-see. And this is where definitely like normal CSS really outperforms using Tailwind. Like, I have to look, okay, how does it work with Tailwind? Instead of, okay, let's just type this up. Invalid. Oh. Let's... I'm putting this on the right thing. Am I not? Interesting. Let's set this to the global CSS file just to see if this works. No, it doesn't work at all. What's the basic way in CSS, like option, hidden, text? Not checked. It's not. Required invalid. Value disabled. Can do that. Let's just try this out. Why is this documented so poorly? It's so interesting. Like, do we have any information on this from like MD, like MDN select CSS? Yeah, I can also put it on the top of the list and do first of type, I guess. Is that an option? I don't know. I don't want to show. Okay, but we can do it that way. I mean, it's not terrible. Okay, select a category. Do it like this. Yeah, then let's just do it in CSS for now. Like select option first of I don't think you can style an option directly. Color red. Nope. Style select first option. Still not working. Why is color not working? Very interesting. Then you're working on infinite loading, like on all-card responsive styling, whatever the fuck, and then you get stuck on like a select box, Twan. What the fuck? Great success! Front-end expert right here. Oh my god. Sometimes I hate HTML, CSS. So it doesn't have a value. The value is 0. Come on, I have to think clearly. So value is none. It does say that the color wants to be red, but it doesn't want to be red. What if we just make all the options red? What happens then? Okay, so the options in here are... Am I, like, completely... Now Are you shitting my dick? Nepthi, thanks for the follow. I don't know why you followed while I'm like absolutely failing at this, but I really appreciate it. I really feel like the last half hour is already me being like crazy salty about select boxes, HTML, CSS. I promise guys, I'm usually not this terrible at front-end development. It's just like inputs and forms are always trippy. Okay. First child. I am not blind. I mean, if I set everything to red, it is red. If I don't set any... So maybe I have to set like some sort of like default color. Now everything is blue except this one. But if I set like... Oh my god, I just have to... No, but that's not right, because now if I select some other, I only want the... You know what? You can all kiss my front end butt. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Because this is taking me an awful long time. And I'm going to flip my desk if I have to spend any more minutes on this. However, I am sort of determined to fix this. Come on, CSS, why you do me like this? Why do me like this? You know what? Let's just first take care of responsiveness and then move on to, like, maybe have another look. Take a breather. Go from there. Okay, yeah, this doesn't look great at all, which was to be expected. Imagine being a programmer and thinking something is ever going to work. Yeah, man. Feels bad, man. Oh, you have to jump to like 16 hoops in order to get it done. Okay, so now it's this, and then we can do like space y like 4. How does, like, I don't know. Sounds okay. Yeah, now I'm thinking about maybe we have to hide this behind a button to like show and hide like the filters. Does your thing have a required attribute? Hey, K-Byte, I think you're onto something, Madoodle. Let's see, it doesn't. But it isn't required. I mean, it's just a filter. I mean, I'm not submitting anything, so maybe we can do this. I mean, ooh, oh, shit! Now everything is red. Ah, god damn it, CSS. Let's close this one. Let's go to this one. Let's fix this. See, now everything is red, and it shouldn't be red. Just wait. Wait a minute. Hey. Hey! Shee! God damn it. Why is this difficult? Or so cumbersome, you know? Yeah, I think I have it right now. So let's do it in here. Not proud of this, but hey, that's CSS for ya. Okay, no comment. Failed to compile. ¿Qué pasa? Okay, let's not create a comment. Invalid is invalid when nothing has been selected yet. Yeah, but if I only like do invalid, like only do this, everything becomes that color. So it seems like I have to say, okay, maybe we can get rid of a value. Okay, now this works, which is fine. So maybe we can now use something like apply a text zinc 400. I think that's great. Or maybe 500 to increase the contrast just a little bit. And then we can make the rest like sync 900. And I think that's cool. I want to decrease it just a little bit more. No, it's not readable on bad screens then. Okay, this doesn't look all that well. So we might have to do that differently. But then again, maybe we place this. Oh, okay, let's just place this on the to-do list, right? let's just place this on the to-do list. Let's go. Why is it for some reason that every time I get raided, I run into like a very like teeny tiny horrendous problem? Okay, create and style filters. Okay, so we have the payment type. Hookup filters for the API. Why would you couldn't do that? Tomorrow, Okay, you know what? Let's just go into here and give these guys a placeholder. Label, placeholder, values. So this is gonna be the placeholder. And then we are going to do this. Placeholder. Select a category. Select a type. Select oops. Or select a select a cookie type. Sort by cookie periods. And yep, we are going to do that another time. It still works. So, okay, let's go to Notion. Create and style filters. Setup. So, style old state, we've done that. Best label placeholder. Options, we've done that. You can style through placeholder also. Is that a thing? Because if this is a thing, I am going to kiss you, my dude. No homo. Let's see. Okay, then let's remove this for now. Let's go to the select and let's say placeholder is text zinc 400. It doesn't work! Oh well, it was worth a try. Or I'm doing something wrong. Okay, give me 1 minute. I will have to go to the toilet just a second. Ah! Placeholder is its own attribute. I don't think select has a placeholder attribute though. But I might be wrong. I mean, we can have a look. I thought placeholder. didn't exist on select. No. See? Yeah, everybody's complaining about this, and this. I know from a fact from like previous projects that every time I had to work on like a select box, it's always hell. It's a pain in the ass to style. It's a pain in the ass to write all that kind of fun stuff. But then again, I know I'm flawed in the form department because I haven't done it enough. I mean, I've made a lot of games in React, and those didn't use any select boxes, more like buttons, diffs. So how do we want to handle the data? Okay, I'm not gonna be bothered with this at the moment. We were doing this, right? So pass label placeholder options. Like, let's first hook them up and then create filter drop down on mobile. Otherwise it's taking up to green. Let's do that later. So we still have this issue of like clicking on the chevron doesn't actually open the damn thing. Someone said, okay, you can use it to give focus. Maybe React open select. React open select. Oh my god, that's hacky. How did I do this with Senior Wooly? I mean, I have done this before. How does my brain just handle that information like, yeah, I don't know, just throw it away. Forget about it. Huh, you know what? I actually have an idea. Okay, bear with me for a second. This is going to be the most hacky-wacky way of doing this, but if it works, I guess it works. So we have this select option, and this div is has the okay. So let's say that this has a background of transparent, right? And let's give this a Z of 10. Cool. Now let's give this, or let's give this a Z of 10, and let's give this a set of 0. Ha! Haha! Cool. Cool. See? I know how to do freaking web development. They call me Merlin, the CSS master. Okay, probably not, but it works, right? Winning! So, that's something we fixed. Hey, why are these styles not applied for the invalid? Mom, please come pick me up, I'm scared. Okay, that was just a matter of a refresh. Is correct. Okay, load more. Okay, so We also probably need to get all the payment types. Okay, so get categories should be its own thing. Now payment types should... Yeah, we should also have a payment type. How did I call this in the Notion database? My Windows is fucked up. Payment underscore type. And that's a select. Index page. Let's do it's payment types. Use default value instead of... Okay, that works. That works, that works. Oh. Okay, now we have that. Now we can move past that to the... So we have payment types. Payment type. And that's probably because payment types has a whole different... no, that's because I forgot to do this. And now that I am seeing this, it makes absolutely more sense to do that right here. What's the matter, babe? Categories, payment types. Categories, payment types. Categories, payment types. ¿Qué pasa? Huh. That's odd, but it works. So we have categories, we have payment types. And then right here we have... are going to give it two options. So this is going to be an array. Objects. Name is... how do you spell that? Ascending. And descending. Yep. Okay, cool. Cool. But we're missing something on this, I guess, and that is rounded. Better. Probably H10. It can be a little bit big. Can be this big, right? Okay, if we refresh. We have a filter by category, payment type, period. Cool. Ah, yes, and I see that I still have to update all the descriptions. Oh, well, not looking forward to that. I promise I'm going to work on the database, guys. I promise. I've been putting that up for way too long, and I really need to, like, fix the descriptions, upload the proper images, like, fix these unknowns. Some of these pages are coming straight out of the 2000s. It's so sad. While affiliate marketing is like a really great way to get your product in front of a lot of people. Okay, what to do now? Am I going to be as stupid as, like, doing the filters on stream and failing miserably? I mean, yeah, we can do that. Let's have a look. Okay, so if you select something, so we probably need a couple of, like, use states. We can get rid of the use ref right now because we fixed that. So yay! Removing code, always nice. So remove this, get rid of this, then get the fuck out of here. Ah, interesting. Okay, yeah, nice. This still works, this still works, this still works. Okay, and how does this look in, like, Firefox? Fuck off. Yeah, see, this is exactly why I wanted to use, like, a default one. It doesn't look all that crazy nice. But hey, it's something. And Edge probably looks the same, right? Yep, Edge is almost exactly the same as Chrome, probably because it's the same engine. But at least it works. Huh. Now, I probably have to set this. I can do a couple of things. I can place this use state inside of the page, which is probably a better idea. Because then we can handle, like, static probes and get server-side probes and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to dabble with it right now because I'm looking at the time and I only have, like, a couple of minutes left before I have to go. Is there anything that I can do now that makes my day tomorrow easier? I can update the to-do list. Cool. Or let's go over what we did today. Like, Okay, we updated the to-do list. We took on a whole another format. We infinite loading. Styled the response. Styled the mobile. Dance made the listing and header responsive. Fixed a Z index bug with the navigation. And let's see. I'm not sure what your workaround was, but you should be able to use option disabled selected value placeholder text. Yeah, what we did, just to like conclude the select dilemma. Okay, let's F11 this for the love of God. Okay, so what we did is you don't want to have selected in React because then like Next.js and React are gonna complain. So you have to set the default value to like empty to do this. And then you have to do disabled hidden. And you have to make it required, because if you make it required, you can have a select invalid styling. So you can separate the styling from the options with the styling of the like hidden placeholder like select. So no wonder that it took me this time to figure that shit out, because it is not that obvious. Ah, okay, didn't lie, it was React breaking it. No, it wasn't React breaking. React was fine with having these selected. I could even like, it will still work if I do like selected and remove this, but then React is going to complain. So this, like, the only thing you are missing in your like description of how to fix it is like the disabled, because you don't want people to be able to select this like empty value if you're going to filter. Oh no, you're not missing disabled, you're missing hidden, because otherwise if I remove hidden, and I can show you, if I remove hidden, it's gonna be active in the list, and that's not something you want. You can select it, so why freaking include it? So yeah, we made the listing. We made the listing and header responsive. Fixed a Z index bug with the navigation. We removed overflow grid tablet. Otherwise, we overflow viewport. Okay, I will write this out later tonight. Okay, thanks for explaining. Didn't notice. No, no problem. I mean, I had to figure it out as well, so it's confusing. It's very confusing. Made list and header responsive. Then we fucked around with the select boxes and the styling of them. Oh my god, that sucked. We how to style hold setting focus select while thing icon it. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. Did we do anything else today? I mean, I can have a pretty big update right here to start with. Hit affiliate over the weekend, and today I got my first Twitch subs. I also created a Discord community which you find here. Also, for the people in chat, if you want to have a look at the Discord, it's new. There currently aren't any people in it, so you could be the first one. Anyway, Roddy Digital. Hey man, thanks. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. And I'm also going to conclude my day. I think we had a pretty good day with a rough ending. Kind of sucky that we got raided while I was working through a couple of bugs, but hey, that's software development for you. And yeah, but you know what? This is actually, I think, the most complex part. The application. It just takes a little from that niftiness and architecture, but we'll get there. I'll probably tomorrow have to do the use states and have to figure out how to make it a little bit more performant, because we are going to hit the Notion API a lot, and I definitely want to stay in range of the rate limit. But then again, we'll see. I think if you filter by category, you go to the category page, which are for the most part are cached. Once someone hits those, then we have payment type. That actually we have to reload the page with the right category, and then return the results as well as the cookie period. But then for that we can actually use the sort method from Notion, from the Notion API. So that's great. So yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for the subs. I really appreciate it. And I will have a quick bite to eat, go to the gym, and then write up today's update. So thanks everybody. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Mwah. And see you. Thanks. No thanks. Only love, only good vibes, baby. See ya!